Entrepreneurs are told they need to create content, but do you know how to directly connect the content that you make to the offer that you sell? We're going to explain that today, okay? This week, we are talking about organization that increases. My mic is too low. Let's see. All righty. The volume is up, so I don't know what's going on. Let's make sure that it's pointed the right way. Okay, cool beans. All right. So what we're talking about this week is organization that increases revenue. More specifically today, we're going to talk about an organization strategy for connecting content to promotions to boost your revenue. All right. So this week's blog for your reference is at shaycannon.com/organize. That's shaycannon.com/organize. And so let's get into what we're talking about today when it comes to talking about organizing your business. As a fractional COO, I'm always creating these documents that make my business and my clients' businesses highly organized, putting collections of information together where they can easily be found and where they can easily be used. Okay. What we talked about on Monday was creating marketing profiles for each of our offers. And so, if you want to know how to do that and you want to see what that template looks like and get 5 of the top reasons to use it or ways to use it to increase your revenue, go back to part 1. That's Monday's replay. On yesterday was part 2, and we talked about the offer letter. We went into detail about what an offer letter is, the different ways that you can create one, and how it correlates to the funnels you should have in your business that should automatically be upselling and downselling clients to get money at different stages of the funnel. Okay. Today, we're going to talk about how content plans boost revenue. All right. Knowing content and promotions, knowing the content and promotions you plan to execute in a month is the CEO's blueprint for predictable attention and sales. It's not just a list of topics or random content ideas. It's your intentional plan to attract the right audience, to warm them up and guide them to your offers. So, for online service-based entrepreneurs, this calendar is the difference between a business that runs on hustle and a business that runs on strategy. All right. Without it, your marketing turns into a chaotic guessing game. You wake up just thinking, what should I post today? Or how can I sell my offer again? The scattered approach kills the momentum. It burns time. It leaves money on the table. So a content promo calendar makes your marketing predictable, aligned, and powerful. So your energy isn't spent figuring out what to do. It's spent doing what drives revenue. All right. So it's the move from reactive marketing, just, hey, we're running low on revenue. Let's see what we could do to get sales in, to being the key to breaking free from that hustle and building business that grows month over month in a predictable way. Okay. We all love money that we can forecast, but most often it takes us having an intentional plan of marketing and sales to get that predictable revenue in. All right. Now, that's what's in the blog. Here on the morning show, I give you more. So let me just tell you, there are different ways that we use our content to drive people and push people and lead people to our offers. Okay. This document that I'm going to share with you today is specifically for small offers. Or if you were with us yesterday, we talked about your offer ladder, a tier 1 offer, some type of tripwire or small offer. Some people call them micro offers, but it's not your main offer. It's something that's low cost. So you don't need that much lead time to sell it. Because let me tell you that the higher ticket your offer is, the longer runway you need to get people ready to buy it. Okay. So this that I'm going to show you and share with you is a way that you can every week sell some type of small offer using your content to drive people to it. Okay. Everybody doesn't want to do a free lead magnet, and you don't have to. Sometimes you can get new leads and other things with a low price offer that is low risk, right? Think about some of that stuff y'all buy on Facebook. It's low price, so you don't feel like you're gonna be out a lot of money if you take a chance and buy it. So we can use that same thing with only a week's lead time to sell that. All right. So let me share my screen so that I can show you this document you're going to get the link to in the show notes. All right. So this is a template for a monthly content promo calendar. Okay. But it's not in calendar form. It's in document form. So you can kind of plan it out. All right. So what I need you to know is you might go by every month and you might have a theme, because if you have a catalog of small micro offers, you can use different ones. And if you have a catalog, they may be categorized in different ways. And so some of them might have a theme to the actual offer. However, you can have a theme to the type of content. For example, this has been Q2. I've been talking about structure and operations all quarter. Okay. So that's a theme that I could put right here for the month of May. Okay. So that could have been the month of May and the theme. So the theme could be a theme of your offers, based on all the different type of offers that you have that are low price, or it could be the theme like a certain subject matter that you're going to talk about. All right. Now, basically what you want to do for every week, this template has 5 weeks on here, because we know some of our months we have 5 weeks, but most of them we have 4. But what you're going to decide is that week, what is the content focus of that week? What is going to be the call to action for that week? And the call to action is basically, what is the small offer that we're going to sell and push traffic to? Okay. Then we need to talk about what is going to be the daily subject matter. So what are we going to talk about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of that week with that call to action that's going to be consistent with this content focus? Okay. So for example, if I want to talk about SOPs, standard operating procedures, that could be the focus of the content week. But right here, I can talk about onboarding SOPs. I could talk about customer service SOPs. I could talk about marketing SOPs. I could talk about hiring SOPs. There are different types of SOPs that I could talk about every day of that week, even though the content focus of the week was SOPs. Now, what could I sell? I could sell some type of templates for the SOPs. I could sell a training for SOPs. I can sell a custom GPT for SOPs. And that's the call to action either every day, or I can wait till Friday to do that call to action. You have to know your people to know what would work best for your people. Okay. So we're going to do that for every week out of the month. What is the content that's going to drive it? What is the offer that's going to be the call to action? And how do we break that content focus down as a daily subject matter? All right. So very simple document. And what you want to do is before the new month comes. So this will be the week that you would do it and create it based on what June has coming for you. Okay. So this will be the great way to do it for June, which is next month. You don't wait till the month starts. You need to already know what you're doing when the month comes in. All right. Now, there's something I've been showing you guys that let me see if we can make that bigger. There we go. So I plan at the top of the year, I plan my subject matters, my tiny offers and all that kind of stuff by the quarter. Okay. And so I can just take what I know I want to talk about by the quarter and then go ahead and fill out what each month of the quarter is going to look like based on its week. Okay. So when you're planning for the year, you're usually kind of overviewing top level. You're not going into detail. So what you have to then do is come in every month of the quarter and then decide how are you going to break that down. All right. Now, these are for small offers. You're going to get this template in the show notes. But I also want to remind you that you can have something that you work on with a much longer runway than a week, so that we can get your main offer in there, or your higher tier offers, your more expensive offers, because you need more lead time. The more money you're going to ask for, the longer you need to be nurturing them before you ask for that big money. Okay. So just remember that when you have a marketing runway for your larger offers, your higher ticket offers, or even what may end up being your main offer, you need a longer marketing runway. A week is not enough time. Okay. The more money you asking for, the more time you need to spend with these people so that they like, know, and trust you, and you are increasing your conversion rate with them. Okay. So if you have a larger ticket, what you want to do is you want to take the whole 4-week month and don't even introduce what you're going to sell until the third week. Okay. So the first week, you're going to talk about the transformation. All of your content for that week is going to be about the transformation. The second week, you're going to come in and all of your content is going to be about the pain points of the problem that your offer solves. Okay. The third week, you're going to have some kind of sales event, whether that be a webinar, a virtual summit, some kind of online training, a challenge, whatever. And then that's what you're going to talk about that week. You're going to promote that. And at the end of that sales event, you're going to pitch what the offer is. And so you're going to spend all of the next week promoting that offer and giving them urgency so they buy now rather than later. Okay. So this 4-week marketing runway is for larger, higher ticket offers. And then this monthly content promo calendar is so that weekly offers of small, tiny, micro, tripwire, down sale type offers. Okay. So hold on, let me stop sharing. So you guys will get the link to that. But you know that's not all I have for you. You know, on the morning show, I'm just giving this week, right? So not only on the show notes where you get a link to the template, you'll also get that screenshot of the marketing runway. But you will also get, because I want you to understand the value of this document, of this creating this weekly small offer content. Okay. So, top 5 revenue boosting uses for your monthly content promo calendar. All right. Number 1, it helps you to plan revenue driving content in advance. Right. Again, if y'all are just thinking that because you created something that they gonna come, they don't come. You have to intentionally market stuff. And the best way to market things organically is by having content that will lead them to the offer. Okay. So the calendar ensures you align that content with the offer so that you can meet your sales goals. All right. Number 2, increase conversion rates with these strategic calls to action. Some of y'all are good at creating content. You created an offer, but you don't ever ask for the sale for the offer. So this is a way that you understand that either you're going to ask for it every day that week, or you're going to give that content all week long. And by the end of the week, you're going to do that call to action for them to buy this offer that is related to that content that you did. All right. Number 3, and these are the top 5 revenue boosting uses for your monthly content promo calendar. Number 3, sell offers more consistently. We had a whole week where we talked about that you need to find some kind of way to sell every day, right? It's not always the same way. Some of it is automatic, some of it is live, some of it is with your content. And so I am now teaching you how to use your content to sell your offer every day. Okay. So sell offers more consistently. Number 4, attract new leads with strategic low-cost offers. I already gave you the clue. We're going to say this. Everything that you do don't have to be a lead magnet, and it doesn't have to be for free. Okay. You should have these low-cost offers, tier 1 offers, tripwires, small, tiny offers that you can put out there that are low risk that people will buy into. And now they're in your ecosphere, but they paid a little money to be in it. Okay. So you can plan low cost offers on your calendar to bring in fresh audiences, nurture them with content, and convert them into paying clients with little to no risk. Last but not least, number 5, test new offers with low stakes campaigns. All right. Some of us are thinking about, hey, what if I add this to the main offer? Or what if I do this as a down sale? Well, given a week of content where you have a call to action for that is a very great low stakes way of testing out an offer. Right. We're going to do it more than once, but hey, let's get it in there for a week and test and see how it does. How does the content do that we're going to introduce that small offer, and how does the small offer do with sales? All right. So those were the top 5 revenue boosting uses for your monthly content and promo calendar. Now, today's question is, let me grab that and put it in the studio, and I'm going to go ahead and throw it over here on the YouTube side so you guys can answer the question in the chat. All right. So the question of the day, and we're going to start with Dr. LaFera, is when will you start planning weekly marketing of small offers and monthly marketing of your main offer? Or do you have any obstacle to creating these sales opportunities using these strategies? Okay. Now I'm going to go back through your 5. These are the top 5 revenue boosting uses for the monthly content promo calendar that I'm giving you a template for. And number 1 top use is because it helps you to plan revenue driving content in advance. Number 2, it increases your conversion rate with strategic calls to action. Number 3, you sell offers more often, more consistently. Number 4, attract new leads with strategic low cost offers. And number 5, you have the opportunity to test new offers with lower stake campaigns. All right. So let's start with Dr. LaFera. When will you start planning weekly marketing of small offers and monthly marketing of your main offer? Because you're supposed to be doing both of these. Okay. Or do you have an obstacle to creating these types of sales opportunities?
So, right now I am preparing to sell a larger offer that I haven't sold before, and I have created the content leading up to it, and the plan is to do it in 3 weeks. So, as far as the small content that you're talking about, I hadn't planned to sell anything small in there. And the obstacle is because I haven't sold a bigger offer, and I don't want to confuse people. Like I don't, my obstacle is like doing both at the same time. Like I don't want to have to deal with confusing people, and then I don't really have very much help. Well, any help. I need to find someone to help me um to post this stuff, because like I've created the content calendar. I've created like most of the posts. I did the high level thing that you just went over,
Mm-hmm.
and now I just have to create them.
Gotcha.
So I have like a schedule for creating like the talking head and the carousels and all that stuff, but like I gotta do it. And then the small thing you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
the obstacle is just figuring out like the rhythm to get it in there. Like that's the
Gotcha.
obstacle.
That was a great question, Dr. LaFera. Okay. So if we go back to what we know about tofu, mofu, and bofu, right? What we understand is that main offer and that high ticket offer, we're not selling that to the same people that we're selling this low cost offer to. We're not pulling from the same pools for that. Okay, so this small offer that we're going to use weekly content, we can use this as top of funnel. That's why it's got to be low price and low risk, because these are people who may not know us, but they may need what we got. And so they're willing to pay that amount to take a chance on us. Okay, so that can be very easily social media only. Okay, whereas that other campaign, that could be email list from people that you've been nurturing. These have to be, so the small one with weekly small offers is more of a paid tofu. The one with your main offer and higher price, we know that those people can't be just now being introduced to us for us to sell something. So it's 2 different pockets and categories of people. So you may already have a segmented list in your email that you're going to do that 4-week marketing campaign to. Does that make sense, Dr. LaFera? That's why they can be going on simultaneously.
It does. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, so we're not selling these offers to the same people. That's why I was stressing, hey, this is a smaller offer. This can be in lieu of a free lead magnet or a free challenge. You know, it could be paid. You just make sure they get value, and that it's low cost. And then I showed you the runway for your higher price things. But thank you, Dr. LaFera, for asking the question so that I could fill in the gap that was there, so that people understand how they run at the same time. So I appreciate that question. All right, let's go to Dr. Ayana. Dr. Ayana, when will you start planning weekly marketing of small offers and monthly marketing of your main offer? Or do you have an obstacle to creating these sales opportunities?
Good morning, everyone. Well, she might need going on and just start selling some stuff so she can buy her a sales team. You know, because look, there's somebody out there wants some old hags, so she might have to go on and gin up a few dollars to get a team together. But in the meantime, the goal is next week. She gonna do it next week. We've already started with some small offers and some main offers, and they do run in tandem. But
Mhm.
we'll refine. We'll get on a refinement plan next week and start using the templates that you have laid out. So I think
Yeah,
that would be, make things a little more organized and flow better.
cool beans. And don't forget that when you don't have a team, this is when you need to budget your time, right? So you could take a weekend and batch getting this stuff done, getting it created, getting it scheduled, right? And so that it goes through. You can on Sunday sit down and do the weekly. You can at the top of the at the bottom of May go ahead and sit down and do that month long thing that you're going to do for June, right? So when it's just you still got to get it done. So you just need to budget your time so that you make it a priority to get this stuff done, because this is an MMA or a money making activity. This is worth getting done. So even the weekly content or whatever, if you don't do any other content but that content is going to be of higher value than anything else that you post, because that is giving value and leading them to an offer. So you're not just asking them for money, you're giving them value, ask for money. Okay.
Perfect. You
Cool
did
beans.
also mention in the past, Shay, that you just kind of reminded me. You did mention an important point in the past where we're not supposed to necessarily keep driving the same sale to the same group of people. So I guess this also means kind of tweaking your small offers if you're pulling in from the same low ticket crowd, I guess, for lack of a better way to say it on the fly.
Well, because it's top of funnel, it should be new people anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is situated for you to give to fresh people.
Okay.
So it can be the same offer, but there can be different versions of it so that you can do it different. You can do the same offer differently every week, or you can do a different offer, small offer every week. Either
Okay.
one.
All
You
right.
just got to understand what you're doing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Excuse me. No problem. Let's go to Dr. Tachi. Dr. Tachi, when will you start planning weekly marketing of small offers and monthly marketing of your main offer? Or do you have an obstacle to creating these sales opportunities?
No obstacle. I actually plan to start on that the end of next week.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Did you get any kind of aha moment from this? Being kind of, I'm gonna say, shining a light on how we're really supposed to be doing this content thing to sell, to have conversion, not just being out here only being thought leaders, but doing content that is intentionally leading people to sales.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because again, content is my thing. And so the content I'm making is education, elevation, all of it for knowledge, etc. But that should also be leading to something ultimately, which is what I'm trying to do. So yes, it was very eye-opening.
Oh, beans. I love that. I love that. All right. Keith has put his answer in the studio chat. He said he gonna get started tomorrow. Y'all know Keith don't be playing. Because tomorrow's his administrative day. He said no obstacles. Just got homework to do. Love that. Love that, Keith. I love it. I love it. All right, Heather. I know this might have just bumped you in the head, and I'm sorry. You know I love you. But when will you start planning weekly marketing of small offers and monthly marketing of your main offer, or do you have an obstacle to creating these sales opportunities?
I will be doing it on Sunday, because that is June 1st, first of the month. And I am creating a weekly habit to use Sundays as the prep day for the week. So it'll be Sunday. I feel like
Cool.
it's like Monday Night Football. Sunday. Sorry. Okay.
Yes, I love it. Now, don't y'all forget that sometimes it may take you a time slot to do your creative assets and then a time slot to do maybe your scheduling and stuff. So think about who you are and what you might need to separate. For me, I have to separate like doing my research, creating things, and then creating the copy for stuff, and then creating the visuals for stuff, and then I'm okay with scheduling. So just be mindful of how you best work, or start paying attention to how you best work, because I don't want you to not give yourself enough time, because entrepreneurs are notorious for not giving yourself enough time. Y'all think y'all can do everything in an hour, and let me raise my hand because I'm guilty too. So make sure you have set aside enough time, okay, to either do it all in one session. Just know you're gonna take half a day to batch it, or you say I'm gonna take this amount of time on this day and this amount of time on this day. So keep that in mind, all right? Because that's why sometimes we don't get stuff done. We wait to the last minute and we didn't leave ourselves enough time to actually get all of the things done. Okay, cool beans. Let's go to Cheryl. So Cheryl, when will you start planning weekly marketing of small offers and monthly marketing of your main offer, or do you have an obstacle to creating sales opportunities using these strategies?
Okay. I don't have any obstacles. Actually, this week I've been planning for June, and I do it yearly, quarterly, weekly, even daily. I found these forms actually at the Happy Planner, one for productivity and one for the social media and promotion calendar. And I've been using those. I created a notebook and I've been using those for about a couple of years. And what I'm experimenting with now is I have long-term offers, but I am not in the mentality to work like with 8 people for a year, So I started experimenting with, can I do this? What can I do in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and then a year? And just one of those, one customer in each of those slots, and that helps me handle capacity much better. So, the aha moment for me was I'm on the right track. And because what you've shown us this week, let alone today, is there are things that I'm doing and just didn't know how to label them. And the coup de grace is getting on board with high level. That's June's thing. We're going to get back in that arena again, and so that everything can be automated. And that should take a load off my shoulders.
Cool beans. Yes, Lord, I get it. All right. So Kimberly is probably at the Dream Thunder. So let's read what she got. She said, like Heather, I've already earmarked Sundays for my own work sessions beginning this Sunday. To start, I blocked 3 hours this Sunday with no interruptions. All right, now look at you. You better get into it, Kimberly. Okay, we love it. All right, let's go over to YouTube because Dr. Toya is over here on YouTube. She says, good morning, everybody. And then she said, I was on Google looking for a monthly content calendar planner this week. I will be doing this planning this weekend. I love it, y'all. I love it because at the end of the day, the more things that we can plan with intention, what you'll start to find is that meeting these revenue goals is not magic, it's intention, right? And so a lot of us that are not meeting our revenue goals, not making it to our first 6 figures, it's because we're not intentional about going and driving traffic in an intentional way, putting the offer out there in an intentional way, putting it out there more often in an intentional way. So these documents that I'm giving you guys this week is just to help you to organize things that makes it even easier for you to get these things done and bring this money in. Okay, cool beans. All right. So this week we talked about organization that increases your revenue, and it was based on me knowing that I just create these awesome documents. Let me go ahead and break my arm, patting myself on the back, that helps you to organize things in ways that help you to cut through some of this waste of time and waste of energy, so that you are more prepared to make more money. Okay. So on Monday, I'm not Monday because it was a holiday. Tuesday, we did part 1. We talked about that offer marketing profile. Now that right there was the bomb. Okay. On yesterday, which was Wednesday, we talked about the offer letter. You got an offer letter document. And today, now you have your monthly content promotional calendar document. So any questions about how to use these documents in a way that's going to bring you more money in your business to help you meet your revenue goals? Any questions, any value adds, any aha moments about this week? This was a great week. That download I got to talk about this stuff over the weekend, I just knew this was going to be a good week. So yeah, any questions? Dr. Ayana said immeasurable value. Love it. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. Well, another show episode where you need the show notes, so you can get the link to these templates. You can get that screenshot of the marketing runway, and you can get these top 5 ways that you can use these documents to make more money, right? So only 2 ways you can get it. Number 1, you have to be in our free business mastermind group, and they live in the files section. Number 2, you can get the notes and the entire morning show in your email inbox by going to shaycannon.com/show and signing up. You're going to get 2 emails every broadcast day. 1 in the morning to remind you to hop on YouTube Live to be here with us for the morning show. 1 in the afternoon that sends you a link to the replay and a link to these show notes. Okay, so that's shaycannon.com/show. Tonight is movie club night in our free business mastermind group, and we are watching the movie Dolomite Is My Name with Eddie Murphy. It's on Netflix. Okay. So your job is to watch the movie and write down your business nuggets that you learned from the movie. And then at 7:00, we're going to gather and we're going to talk about all the business nuggets that we pulled out of this movie. It is a fun movie. It's a comedy. It got Eddie Murphy in it. And it's going to be fun, but it has a huge number of business nuggets in there because it's about how he started this business. He was doing something that wasn't working, and he had to figure out how to do it a different way to make it work as a business and make more money. So we should be able to pull out some business nuggets out of there. All right, cool beans. Well, this has been the Her First Six Figures morning show, which is an interactive coaching and training experience as a part of our free business mastermind group that positions Black and brown female online service-based entrepreneurs to generate your first 6 figures by learning how to make the money and create time freedom. Oh, excuse me. Find out more about me, your host, Shay Cannon, and how to join our free business mastermind group, because y'all can see all the value that you're going to get. Go in the description below for the link and more details. All right. And with that, if you haven't already, you know we gave you value, so we would love it if you give us a thumbs up and like the episode. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and understand that this week was a 3-video series, so check out the other videos. All right. And with that, the studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.